adding shadows to portraits. Hello artists. For this video we are going to look at how to add shadows to a portrait, and what is happening is in this time lapse is I'm selecting the shadow colors from the photo in the top left hand corner, and I'm using that color to add just a touch of the shadow color to those areas, and then I'm blending them. Now, the important thing to know about blending is that you don't want to blend it so much that the shadow color disappears. It is okay to layer up like I've been doing in the neck. I decided the shadow was a little too dark, so I went back and made it a little lighter by reducing the opacity of that tool, and then I used a smudge tool to blend it in. You can use whatever smudge tool you want, experiment with some, and I decided to start over again. You can use whatever smudge tool you want because everybody has different preferences as far as the tools are concerned, so I want you to work out which ones, which tools you like. So that's what's going on whenever whenever I switch over to the photograph, I'm choosing a color. Because of the time lapse, you might not see exactly where I'm choosing the color from, but you can see where I'm putting it on my portrait. Make sure that you choose the very lightest color on the portrait or on the photograph, and then we're going to layer up and layer up and layer up the shadow colors until you're satisfied. And when you turn off the drawing, you should see very clear features, especially the nose and shading under the eye. We should be able to tell what it is without the lines being on top. So I'm just going to keep adding shadow until I'm satisfied. When I turn off the lines, that I can see my features very, very clearly. On this part, only do the shadow on the skin. Don't do any other part. That's going to make things very easy, or much easier later on. So that's what I want you to do for this part. I'm going to add on more of adding shadow later, or after this, and you can watch and see how things develop. I'm not going to slow that part down, so I'll probably stop and excuse me, focus on I'm going to stop and on a place on spots and freeze frame on some spots where I turn off the lines so we can see how my shading is going. So remember, you're not done shading until you turn off the lines and you can clearly see where the nose is and the chin separate from the neck. The chin should look separate from the neck. The chin does not ooze down into the neck. I want to see a clear chin and a clear nose. And the squeaking you just heard was my dog Zara with her squeaky toy. She just got a new one today. So I'll be quiet and let the video go and freeze frame a couple of places so you can see what's going on. All right, have fun. Ask me if you need help. Okay, we're getting close to the end of this section of video where I'm going to stop and check and see if the shading on my face is where I want it to be. Please excuse the noise of my wrestling dogs. Okay, I'm gonna stop and turn off the drawing, the tracing, and underneath on my upper lip and underneath my nose, I really need some more shading to go on. I will go back and do that later, and you'll see more of that at the very end of the project.